Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD465.tv, and in this video, we want to look at Midnight, including its most recent updates from the Midnight team and also from Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, who is also the founder of Midnight Network, or co-founder. That said, before I proceed, guys, please know that I am not a financial advisor. If you do require financial advice, please approach someone who is trained to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes. That said, please do your own research and don't rely on YouTubers. Whatever they say, they are saying it most likely from compromised position or something like that. I must also state that I'm not one of them, if you believe me. Anyway, let's come back to Midnight and the latest updates, but let's start by describing what Midnight is. Midnight is a privacy-preserving layer 1 blockchain developed by Input Output Global, or IOG, and Charles Hoskinson, co-founder of Ethereum and founder of Cardano. It delivers rational privacy, balancing complete confidentiality with regulatory compliance through zero-knowledge proofs, or ZK cryptography, and selective disclosure. Core innovation for Midnight include its dual-state ledger architecture, combining public and private states, enabling privacy by default with selective transparency for compliance. It uses a dual token model in Night, which is unshielded. Night is the governance token, and it's got a maximum supply of 24 billion, passively generates dust, which is itself shielded, meaning it is non-transferable resource for transaction fees, and it protects metadata, which means you don't ever use your Night for transaction fees. You generate dust in your wallet. Key features for Midnight include the TypeScript-based smart contracts, cross-chain functionality with Cardano and the Midnight network, selective disclosure, fee abstraction, enterprise-grade compliance. Primary use cases for Midnight include the confidential finance, private DeFi, healthcare data, enterprise payroll, privacy-preserving AI, and real-world asset tokenization. Major updates for Midnight throughout the year. We are in February now, so there were some major updates announced during some Midnight conferences in Japan. Mainnet launch, we know it's been announced for end of March or somewhere thereabouts, and this was confirmed by Charles Hoskinson at Consensus Hong Kong. And the status currently in Kikolo phase, which is stable mainnet for DApp deployment. There are approximately 962,000 or more testnet transactions, 3.7 million plus blocks generated. Genesis block 90 days out from early February. Production network ready for early application. Upcoming Mohalo, which is the next phase in Q2, and the Hua phases in Q3 with additional features and partners. There was also the announcement that USDC and SECO will be coming to Cardano through USDX stablecoin end of February, and SECO's privacy-focused USDC variant built on Midnight via X Reserve infrastructure, hence USDCX. Key features for USDX: go to one-to-one USDC bagged native on Cardano, so USDC itself is coming on Cardano. Ignore the ticker symbol, it doesn't mean much because it's one-to-one. Zero-knowledge privacy with bank-level compliance, selective disclosure of regulatory requirements, enables confidential treasury ops, cross-border settlements, private payroll. I think that will be key. Strategic impact for USDC: it brings tier 1 stablecoin liquidity to Cardano, addresses ecosystem weakness, enables institutional DeFi with privacy. So in this case, shall we say Tether is lost? Because I think they were holding Cardano hostage from what I've read in the past. Moving on to corporate node partnerships. I've been told there are approximately 100 partnerships secured, including those from Google Cloud for infrastructure support for scalability and reliability, but this has not been independently confirmed by Google. I haven't seen anything yet. Telegram supporting rollout planned integration with 1 billion users. Alphaton Capital, a Nasdaq-listed company, ticker symbol ATON, Aton, operating one of 10 founding federated nodes. Binding agreement signed in December of last year, 2025, and its revenue model, it's got monthly payments in Q1 of 2026 plus 20% revenue share on privacy tech stack. Deploying privacy-preserving AI for Telegram via Midnight and Cocoon AI plus Tone blockchain. First ZK blockchain integration in Tone ecosystem, so Cardano and Tone network are collaborating. That's going to be fascinating. Other partners include Brave, Bitcoin.com, Alchemy, Anastasia Lab, Credit Coin, Fireblocks, and Fluid Token. And the significance of the latest updates, talking of monthly compensation plus revenue sharing, which could lead to sustained institutional commitment, not just announcement. There was also the Layer 0 integration announced recently, where Cardano approved Layer 0 omnichain protocol integration to access 150 plus blockchains, 400 plus tokens, and 80 billion plus omnichain assets. This enables stablecoin flows, Bitcoin-backed assets, and real-world asset tokenization, as well as shared DeFi infrastructure. Next, we had that Midnight City simulation, which is an AI stress testing platform simulating real network load with AI agents. It tests proof generation, user behavior, prepares for production throughput demands. Moving on to cross-chain expansion, Charles Hoskinson is positioning Midnight as a shared privacy layer for other blockchains. Bitcoin privacy for Satoshi's original vision, XRP Ledger private DeFi to challenge legacy banks, Cardano, which is going to encourage or facilitate 10 times monthly average users or active users, transactions, and TVL. And the strategy here is not Cardano only, it's infrastructure enhancing competing ecosystems to access broader liquidity and users. So they are going for the wider crypto ecosystem. Moving on to the technical signals, where we are looking at futures open interest sitting at 27 million to 38 million, which is bullish in my view. Positive funding rates, breakout from descending wedge as of February 7th. There was a breakout from a descending wedge from the 7th of February. Social sentiment is 4.1 out of 5. And exchanges so far include Binance, Bybit, OKX, Kraken, Coinbase, Get.io, MEXC, and KuCoin, among others. We're still waiting for Coinbase. We've had token unlocks with the Glacier airdrop, which was completed between June and November of 2025, with some thawing periods and ongoing selling pressure. And we hope this will come to an end around December of 2026, which is this year in December. And the market impact there, we are predicting sell pressure through mid-2026, price down 80% from all-time high, partly due to unlock overhang, major short-term headwinds. Comparative positioning versus, say, Monero and Zcash. These are privacy coins, full anonymity, regulatory restrictions, limited smart contracts, whereas Midnight offers selective disclosures. It is enterprise-focused, it is compliance-ready, and fully programmable. And versus some privacy layers, such as Railgun and privacy pools, competitors are adding privacy to existing chains, mixer scrutiny, whereas Midnight itself, it offers privacy-native protocols, compliance by design, and creates a new category. And the differentiation here, though not competing with privacy coins, it is enabling privacy for mainstream and enterprise applications. And the realistic chances for success, we're looking at 60 to 65%, which is high compared to some of the things we saw within the crypto ecosystem. And we really think it's going to deliver on enterprise Cardano privacy layer. It is going to deliver regulated industry adoption, talking of healthcare, finance, and supply chain. Just need users. I think they're doing that. Specialized DeFi privacy, you're talking of treasury operations, confidential lending. I mean, there will be other probabilities, somewhere in the middle, where we are looking at multi-chain privacy infrastructure for Bitcoin and XRP integrations, Telegram and Tone ecosystem success, developer ecosystem growth. Those are medium probability options for Midnight. And on the low end, we are looking at Midnight displacing the likes of Monero and Zcash, creating a new category instead. Could it become a top 20 blockchain by TVL? I think so, because it will be offering specialized versus general purpose. And token price all-time high recovery may be going all the way up to maybe $1.81 or $2 given unlock pressure. That could happen as well. And critical success factors include mainnet stability. Let's wait and see what happens when mainnet launches in 2026 without issues. USDCX adoption. It may prove privacy DeFi product market fit. And corporate nodes sustained, such as Google, Telegram, AlphaTone, to maintain infrastructure, among others. I hope they will increase, but initially we're told it's 100. So maybe the first 10 are going to be the leading infrastructure providers, with more to come. We also want to see diversification there with some small node providers as well. And important to note is developer traction. We'll be looking at 5 to 10 production dApps by end of 2026. Cross-chain execution. We're talking about Bitcoin or XRP integration shipping, and regulatory clarity where selective disclosure is accepted, no privacy coin classification, but there are some primary risk factors to consider as well. Technically, we're looking at mainnet bugs, ZK complexity limiting adoption, and competing solutions such as ZK Sync and Alio. You got the market as well. We're talking unlock pressure could play a role. Outcome bear market continues or sets in, because at the moment others dominance, excluding the top 10, is sitting at 7.58%. That's the category that Midnight Network is going to join. There is less liquidity compared to the top 10. There could be regulatory backlash from the likes of Dubai, Japan, and Korea bans. Competition from the likes of Aztec, Alio, Mina operational, USDCX on Alio already live, Ethereum Layer 2 privacy simpler. That could be it. As for execution, Google Telegram details unconfirmed, Cardano ecosystem ecosystem struggles, ADA is sitting at between 26 to 30 cents at the moment and low DeFi TVL. My final thoughts on Midnight Network. The most likely outcome is that Midnight will find a sustainable niche as a specialized privacy infrastructure protocol. Rather than becoming a top 20 blockchain, this could mean it becomes successful but not spectacular. This is useful infrastructure but not causing any paradigm shifts. We do acknowledge and appreciate the strengths for Midnight. You're talking of real innovation with ZK and selective disclosure, credible team, the likes of Hoskinson and IOG, solving genuine problems. You're talking of privacy and compliance, corporate commitments, AlphaTone and Google, clear use cases, enterprise, healthcare, and finance. But there are always some weaknesses to consider. Oversaturated layer 1 market, where others' dominance is sitting at 7.58% with a lot of dilution. Token unlock pressures through 2026, privacy coin regulatory risks, mainnet execution risks, and competing solutions that are already operational. And from an investor's point of view, 2 to 5% speculative allocation could be worth it, but not high conviction. Current price of between 5 to 6 cents, 8-9% below all-time high. That's a high risk, high reward scenario. And base case 10 to 30 cents, which offers 2 to 5x upside. Near-term catalyst is the mainnet launch in March, USDCX this month in February, and key risks include unlock pressure, outcome bear market, execution risks. So I'll say before we confirm anything, we need to wait for mainnet launch confirmation before increasing any position. This is what I'll do. What I want to know from you guys is, what are your thoughts as far as Midnight Network is concerned? Do you hold the Night token? We know there are some whales that were created because of the mining solutions they offered. Some were mining this in a crazy way. Let us know what you think about Midnight Network and the Night token's prospects during this current cycle. Let us know in the comment section. Until the next time, guys, this is FD for Sage5.tv. Signing out for now. Bye.